Okay, thanks so much for joining us. We are in the middle of the action here, the first set of the night between the junior girls and the Hampton Huskies. Huskies have just come out to a 7-6 lead. So we got another serve here by Hare, number 10. Short-handed tonight are the girls. Only 7 players dressed, so we'll see how that affects them as the game goes on. It's worked by Maddie Fraser-Cole. Dakota Anderson with the direct response from the back row. Don't know if that's how she planned it. But
They like to try to get 3 hits,
yeah.
But if you send it back over and you win, you'll take it.
A point is a point. Here's Maddie Fraser-Cole now. That's fielded by Canes of the Huskies. Goes out of bounds. Here's Fraser-Cole. Out of bounds, though.
Oh.
So it is a 9-8 lead for the Lakers. As number 11, Kay Tupper, back to serve. Here's a service from Tupper. That'll catch the top of net. We should run you through the girls who are here. On the court right now, we have Zoe Henry, number 22, stepping back to serve. Joined in the back row by Maddie Fraser-Cole and Dakota Anderson. Up front are Georgia Bernard, Ali Sirwa, Gracie Nicholson, and Brianna Drost is waiting in reserve. Service from Nicholson is good, fielded by the Lib Garnett. Sent over by Elle Hare at the front of the net. Pretty pleased with that play as Hampton cuts the Lakers' lead to 1. Here's Belliot looking to tie things up for the visiting Huskies. Maddie Fraser-Cole fields that. Ali Sirwa scrambling, and Georgia Bernard will send it over. Nice work by the Lakers. Again, not sure if 3 bumps is how the coaches drew it up, but they'll take it. Here's Gracie Nicholson with a nice service. Ooh. Tough break as the Lib Garnett thought that was going out, but kind of fell in right on the line. So nice work by Nicholson. There she is again. That one will hit the post and bounce out. So Hampton gets the service. T. Webb, I believe Webb started the service. So we've gone all the way through the rotation once. Maddie Fraser-Cole looking for Ali Sirwa at the front of the net. That fell just on the Lakers' end. So Webb with a chance to tie it up now. 11-12. Nice work by Nicholson fielding it, but it goes out of bounds on the Hampton side. So we're all tied up at 12.
Yeah, Webb's got a nice low line drive serve. That's a tough one to handle.
Yeah. Not surprising that they have her starting off as the server. Makes sense to start strong.
Get her as many opportunities as possible.
Yeah. Hampton definitely doesn't have the same personnel problem that Harvey has tonight. They've got 6 on the bench. So a full complement of 12 making the drive from Hampton. Here's Nicholson looking for Sirwa, who sends it over high. There's Webb fielding. Played by Hare with support from Garnett, but no one there for that third and final hit. So Lakers will take the ball tied at 13 as Ali Sirwa gets ready for a service. Fielded by Tupper. Anderson with the direct reply again. Just over the head of Zoe Henry and bounces out. So Hampton gets the lead. As timeout called by Coach Jen Fraser-Cole, who is manning the bench solo tonight for the junior girls. Are we ready to throw down? Okay, we'll throw down to the court side.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I am Joe Gregory, accompanied by Charlie Gregory, and we are the boys of the booth. So, Charlie, how do you feel the game's been so far?
Well, it's been a very good game so far, Joe. I think Harvey's a little bit discouraged because they're missing over half of their roster with Aaliyah Nestruck, Alyssa Snell, Cecilia Pauly, Delaney McLean, and Tiana Arnold all out. So they only have a 7-man roster right now, so they only have one sub, so it's going to be a very tough game.
Yeah, you can see on their faces and out on the court that they're a little bit tired, but they're playing very good volleyball. They know they're outnumbered, but they're playing very strong, so pretty proud of the girls keeping their heads up and making smart plays. Good up by Zoe Henry on that, so we'll send you straight back to the commentating crew, Michael Fletcher and David.
Skybox, thanks to Joe and Charlie for that analysis. We'll throw down to them at stoppages and play. In the meantime, nice service by Georgia Bernard. Gets the Lakers lead. Here's another one from Bernard. And response from Webb goes out of bounds. Bernard with some support from the stands. I know tonight there's a few Bernards in the crowd.
Bernard family always represented well here in the David McMullen Gymnasium.
They do make good on their attendance, that's for sure. That ball played out of bounds. Head referee Stéphane Nadeau having to handle that, so the ball will go Hampton's way. Here's McKenna with the service, fielded by the Lakers. Zoe Henry sends it over, but Webb is there. Set up by Tupper, but we've got a whistle. There's a double hit on the Hampton side.
Anytime that person goes to set the ball and it ends up about 6 feet left of where they're aiming, there's a pretty good chance that it hit both hands not at the same time.
Yeah, little imbalance of power there. Dakota Anderson's service is good. Third hit from Keynes makes it over. Nicholson looking to set a bit of a misfire there as Hampton pulls to within one. 16-17 is your score right now. Here's Hare. Anderson coming in from the back row to make that play, but nice direct response. Lakers almost keep it alive. Tupper of the Huskies saw a hole, sent it directly over. That's good heart by the girls.
Great effort.
Yeah. And short-handed, too. Nice work by Sirwa. Tupper again with the direct response. Sirwa setting up for Maddie Fraser-Cole. Gracie Nicholson with the hit. That goes out of bounds and will count for the Lakers. So Hare on a bit of a run.
Coach Fraser-Cole reminding Nicholson she's got to take a little step back before she comes in for that big hit. Hard to just jump straight up and make that play. Got to get a little bit of a momentum behind yourself.
Guess if you can do that and get the height, that'll help with the angle too, eh? That is played out of bounds by the Huskies. So Fraser-Cole's service is good. Pulling ahead by one. She looks to extend the lead. Another nice service from Fraser-Cole. Again, fielded out of bounds by the Huskies.
We've seen Fraser-Cole go on some pretty big service runs in previous games, so looking for 5 more here to close out the first set.
Certainly not outside the realm of possibility. Third hit here from the Huskies. They just can't connect as the ball was played out of bounds. Hare can't get there in time, so Fraser-Cole gets another chance. That one's a little low, though. Definitely had the power. I think we heard that all the way up here. As Tupper of the Huskies looks to cut into this 2-point lead. Service is high and short. Ali Sirwa gets to Gracie Nicholson. Back to Sirwa. But that catches the top of the net. So Huskies have pulled to within one. Service from Tupper again. Sirwa lets that go out. And that will send the ball to the hand of Zoe Henry. There's service from Henry. Nicely done. Lib Garnett has to sprint up to play it, but bit of a miscommunication there on the Huskies' end. No one there for the second hit, so Henry gets another. Nice service by Henry, putting it right behind the defenders. This time it's Belyed has to sprint up from behind, and we've got set point on the hands of Zoe Henry, 24-20 for the Lakers. Good service. Garnett coming up from the lib position, sent to Ali Sirois. Here's Georgia Bernard with the game-finishing hit. Nicely done by Bernard. That's 25-20. And the first set will go Harvey's way. As the short-handed girls, they're going to want to rack up these points early before they get too wiped out. Great work to put one in the bank. And we'll get ready to head down now to our courtside boys, Charlie and Joe.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Gorgeous Gregory segment. And I am here with Joseph. So, Joe, if I were to say the driving seat for Harvey right now, I'd probably say it would be their serving. What do you think?
Definitely, Charlie. The girls, for the Laker girls, they've just been wicked with their serves, good strong serves. A little bit of out of bounds and just barely getting it over. But you're going to see that a lot in volleyball games. It's not uncommon, but they've been playing pretty well, getting that ball deep and in the corners and taking their time looking for it.
Yeah, even though Harvey only has 7 players, you can definitely hear them communicate all the way over from here. So they definitely did not lose hope when they found out half the roster wasn't going to be here.
Oh, definitely. You can tell good coaching on the coaches' end, because I guarantee Jennifer Fraser-Cole said to their team, hey, we got to keep our heads up. We know we're missing some players, but we're a strong team. We got a lot of good players out on the floor, so keep hounding the ball, keep being a pest on defense, and we can win this game. And they definitely came away with the first set. So
yeah, very strong points. All right, that's all the time we have you for right now, so we'll send you back up to the box for commentary.
Thank you for that. Joe and Charlie, our Gregory boys at the court side. And big thanks to Joe as well for keeping track of the scoreboard that you see up there as the Lakers are taking on the Huskies. Also working behind the scenes tonight are Logan Wall manning the downstairs camera, Austin Jameson here on the upstairs camera, and Ashton Little sitting at the control panel.
And a shout out too to our minor officials over there tonight. We've got Alice Vautour on the sheet and Ava Grieve and Ethan Davidson on the flip chart.
I guess there's 2 sides to the flip chart.
Yes,
yeah,
I think
yeah.
each is doing one team.
There you go. Good division of labor there. We've also got our officials tonight. Stéphane Nadeau is up in the chair, or at the platform rather. Doesn't look like it would make too comfortable of a seat. And John Hamilton is working the far sideline as he checks over the lineup card rotation, etc. Last night, it was the Samuel de Champlain senior boys. It took about, I think, 4 or 5 lineup infractions.
Oh, wow.
Rotation, yeah. And throughout the game, too. Like in the 5th set, I think there was one. I don't fully understand the importance of the lineup in the rotation, but the refs do, and they're keeping an eye on it.
Well, the other thing that maybe happens sometimes is, if you notice right now, the 3 Hampton players at the front, they're switching positions as soon as the serve comes over, which is allowed, but they can't switch until the ball is hit. So sometimes teams switch a little bit too early and get called on that.
That could be it. That could be it. Yeah, I wouldn't have picked up on that subtlety, but that's a good point. Lakers strike first. That's Gracie Nicholson. Manages to score on the first serve. Here's her second. That falls nicely in between the rows of defenders. So a nice ace here in the early going of this second set. Nicholson looking for another one. That catches the top of the net, though. We've got the same 6 players out on the field. Nicholson wearing number 19. In the back row is Zoe Henry, 22. Maddie Fraser-Cole, 24. Up top is Dakota Anderson, 23. Ali Sirwa 20, and Georgia Bernard wearing 29. Service from Bonnie Lamont goes out of bounds. So the Lakers get the ball back. It's Ali Sirwa looking for the serve now. Nice service by Sirwa, fielded well by Bonnie Lamont, sorry. Sent over by Tupper. Zoe Henry with the direct response. Pinballed around a little bit there. Not sure if Hampton was expecting those bounces. Lakers take the point though. 4-1 is your score. Make that 5-1 as the Huskies misplay Sirwa's serve there. Here she is again. Nice service. That's going out of bounds though. Good call by Tupper, wearing number 11 in the black and white. And here is McKenna. Zoe Henry will play that. Georgia Bernard sending it, and Dakota Anderson looks for the corner. That's tipped by Alford of the Huskies and falls out of bounds.
Nice placement there from Anderson. Yeah. Those back corners. Difficult to cover that area.
Yeah, and there's the will you play it, won't you play it? Is it going to go out? Is it going to fall down? So puts you in a tight spot if you're trying to cover those. Nice service from Georgia Bernard. Played by Bonnie Lamont, but that goes kind of right to the front of the net, and no Husky can corral it. So here's Bernard again. Bonnie Lamont at the front of the net. Tupper with the set. Looking over was Hare on the third hit. Had the height and distance, but couldn't quite get the angle right. So it will be Georgia Bernard again. All three Lakers servers having a bit of extended success, leading to this early 9-2 lead. And I think the Hampton coach saw that too and wants to call the girls in. So we'll get ready to head down to Joe and Charlie.
Welcome back to the booth, ladies and gentlemen. So, Charlie, the Laker girls winning this set 9-2. They've been heavy on the defensive end, communicating well, and serving has been impeccable. Georgia Bernard rifling those serves over. Just nothing much you can do except trying to get a good base and get a good pass up to your center or setter, or just getting it over.
Yeah, it seems like Harvey has definitely warmed up a lot more, so their serves has been way more consistent. So
Definitely. Quick little shout out to, didn't quite get the names of the refs or the officials, but quick little thanks to them for coming out and officiating this game. We'll send you back up to the skybox.
Thank you, Joe and Charlie. We're back here in the action. Another service from Georgia Bernard. This time the Huskies do respond. Maddie Fraser-Cole on the pass. Zoe Henry. Nice placement by Henry. Bonnie Lamont having to dive. She's laid out a couple times from the back row. Hampton with that second line of defense playing pretty far back, and the Lakers are capitalizing. Bonnie Lamont again. It's Zoe Henry with the direct response. There's Belliad sending it over. Henry to Maddie Fraser-Cole looking for the back row, but Garnett has that. Here's Hare. Belliad looking for a hit. That will catch the top of the net, though. And Georgia Bernard looking for at least her 5th point in a row. Another nice service from Bernard. But that will be the end of that. Tupper forces it over, and the Lakers just can't quite force it back at the front of the net. So good use of height there with Lakers' tallest player, Bernard, back to serve. Lakers can't quite match at the front of the net with much height. So Hampton capitalizing there. Service from Hare rolls out of bounds. As Dakota Anderson will go back to serve now. Service catches the top of the net and rolls back. So Hampton counts another. Still down Hampton down 4-12. So Lakers kind of steadily been building up this lead.
Quite a bit different than the first set, where it was back and forth throughout until the last few points.
Yeah. Until the Lakers kind of put it away and won it, I don't think any team had more than a 3-point lead at any point. But here it's steadily been the Lakers, up by 9 right now, as Maddie Fraser-Cole has her first serving attempts of this second set. If you're just joining us, the Lakers did take the first one by a score of 25-20. You can see on the bench, Lakers are definitely outnumbered in the substitution department. 7 players dressed in green and gold tonight compared to 12 wearing Hampton jerseys. Here's Fraser-Cole again. Nice service from Fraser-Cole. Good response by Tupper. Bernard gets it to Fraser-Cole, who sends it in that back corner. You know, we were talking earlier about how the Hampton defense was having to sprint up from being too far back. I think Fraser-Cole might have seen a hole there. Defender cheating up and placed it nicely in the back corner. Fielded awkwardly by the Huskies and goes out of bounds. So Fraser-Cole now on a bit of a run. It's been a real full team affair here.
There's that announcer's jinx again.
Yeah. Maybe we shouldn't talk so much.
As soon as one player gets praise on a good run.
I guess we just have to be more critical up here.
Yes.
That'll do it, yeah. Georgia Bernard, nice bump. Gracie Nicholson gets it over to Maddie Fraser-Cole, sends it in the back row. Hare looking for Bellied. And that's Alford who sends it over. Here's Fraser-Cole to Gracie Nicholson with a nice hit. Tupper responding from the back. Net front play by Alford as Maddie Fraser-Cole looks for the back corner. Hare has that. Third hit by Bonnie Lamont. Sliding to get that and has a sharper angle than she would have liked. Sends it at a teammate rather than to a teammate. And here's Zoe Henry now. Nice service by Henry. Fielded directly by Tupper. That is played out of bounds by the Lakers. So 18-6 is your score. Lakers still firmly in command.
Fraser-Cole there accidentally throwing the volleyball at one of the Hampton players when they weren't looking.
Oh.
I think she felt pretty guilty about that one.
Gives the girls a bit of a breather, though. Could be a good veterans move for a team with only one sub and might not have too many opportunities for a rest further on. So here's Gracie Nicholson again. We're all the way through the service order. That falls short and rolls under, so Hampton will get the ball back.
If there is a sport where you can maybe get away with a shorter bench, volleyball would be the one, as opposed to, maybe a basketball or a soccer where nonstop running sports.
That's true. There's not quite as much sprinting in volleyball as others. Nice play at the front of the net by Georgia Bernard. Tipping that past the defenders and scoring a point for the Lakers.
Yes, and that's not to diminish, the effort and amount of energy consumed during a match of volleyball.
Yeah. You just get to budget it differently.
Yeah.
Sirois' serve is fielded by Lamont. Another nice play at the front of the net, Georgia Bernard. Really angling that down right behind that front line of defenders. Sirois going for 3.
Yeah, Bernard gets that arm up high. She's pretty much over the top of the net without even jumping, so
yeah,
she can put it pretty much anywhere she wants.
Can play that angle game. She must have a good math teacher. Here's McKenna now, back to serve as libero Garnett checks out and Bellied for the Huskies checks in. Sirois comes up to field it. Maddie Fraser-Cole on the second hit. Zoe Henry and Georgia Bernard both go in to play that one. Not sure who called it, but it does go out of bounds. So.
Yeah, I think Coach Fraser-Cole reminding the girls to call the ball there to avoid that sort of mishap.
Mm-hmm. I'm sure Joe and Charlie will have something to say about communication when we throw down to them at the end of the set. Here's Bernard now. Has had a few successful runs this evening. There's a nice start for another one. 23-9. Lakers need 2 more to close it out. Here's Bernard again. Ooh. Sneaks just over. Huskies had repositioned a little bit, and maybe not anticipating that to make it over, and couldn't quite respond. So here's set points, catching the top of the net. So we'll have to wait a little while longer. 24-10 though. Lakers all but wrapped this up. Here's Hare. With the service. That will go out of bounds, and so with that, Lakers will take the second set. Not nearly as close as the first one. 25-10 is your final score as we throw down to Joe and Charlie.
End of the second. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome down to the Gorgeous Gregory segment. So, Joseph, end of the second quarter. What have you been most impressed by so far?
The communication and the teamwork out there, pretty much. Just focusing and getting the balls up high enough for their setter to get underneath or right where they want to. And for some instances, like just right to the setter. The setter doesn't even have to move. And just getting it over. Smart placements, you can tell. Georgia Bernard, the tallest one out there, you're scared she's going to spike that ball down hard at you. And she has this game. But there's been times where she'll just tip it over the defender's arms and it'll fall right behind them. Yeah. So smart play on the Lakers' end. And
yeah, you can definitely tell there's a lot of chemistry here in the Harvey team, and everyone seems to be filling their places and using their tallness as an advantage. So it's been a great game to watch so far, Joe.
Yeah, we want to give a quick thanks to both teams coming out and playing tonight and the coaches. And also quick thanks to officials and minor officials. Ethan Davison keeping your score. Alice Vautour and Ava Grieve keeping the score sheet for you tonight. And quick shout out to the tech crew and commentators. Without them, none of this streaming or games would be possible. So quick thanks to them, and thanks for the fans coming out cheering on their team and coming out here and all that stuff. So as the Lakers are coming out to the floor or just about getting ready to, we'll send you back up to the Skybox crew for your commentating.
All right, big thanks to Joe and Charlie for that analysis as we get ready for this third set. Lakers looking to put things away as we've got Dakota Anderson checking out and Brianna Drost wearing number 18 checking in. Teams go over the lineups there. We're just chatting up here about the junior girls season, kind of coming into the final stages. I believe this is their final home game on the schedule, unless there are some surprise exhibition matchups. Next weekend, they will be traveling to Nakawik for regionals. I think it's them versus Grand Manan pretty much in single A.
Yeah, so for the Lakers, they're in the Southern Conference, and currently in single A in the Southern Conference, it's only Harvey and Grand Manan, as you mentioned. And then in double A, there is Hampton, Fundy, and St. Stephen. So girls got to play games against those three teams as well. They didn't necessarily count in their seeding for regionals, but they were just games that they're guaranteed to play.
Yeah.
And the Lakers so far on the year are 4-2.
It's pretty good against the larger competition.
Yep. 2-0 against Grand Manan, and then I believe they are 1-0 against Hampton and 2-0 against St. Stephen, and they've lost their 2 games to Fundy. The Fundy games would be the 2 losses.
Yeah.
So they must have one more game against St. Stephen next week, I would So hopefully if the girls can win tonight, they'll be 5-2, and then they must have one game next week against St. Stephen to round out their league play. So Lakers will finish as the #1 seed for single A, and they will travel to Nakwik, as you said, Mr. White, next weekend, and that'll be a 6-team tournament. And the top 4 teams from that tournament will qualify for provincials the following weekend.
Nice.
For what would amount to an 8-team final provincial tournament with 4 teams from the Southwest and 4 teams from the Northeast. So
Excellent. So Lakers in a good spot. In a decent spot to start this third set as well. They're up 4-2. So we have the service from Wiggins, fielded by Maddie Fraser-Cole. Zoe Henry sends that over. Nice work by Henry, putting it just high enough to clear the defenders and then low enough to fall quickly right behind them.
yeah, anytime there's a player up at the net looking like they're going to hit it, you got to have the people from the back row slide up and guard against that tip play because the blockers are up at the net. There's a big gap behind them.
Right, yeah, the tighter you are, the harder it's going to get. Got a substitution now, as it is Webb checking out and Somerville checking in. It's Hampton utilizing their very long bench. Service from Hare, fielded by Sirois. Brianna Drost on the second hit. Georgia Bernard looked to send it over. Pretty far away. That's a tough one to angle correctly. So that falls at the front of the net and sends the ball back to the Huskies. Here's Hare again, looking to tie things up. Brianna Drost. Pass over to Maddie Fraser-Cole. Gracie Nicholson with the hit. Angled out as Coach Jen Fraser-Cole tried to give some advice.
Yeah, Nicholson's got to get her shoulders square a little bit more forward when she goes up for that hit. Otherwise, it's going to go wide.
Pinballed around there between Fraser-Cole and Drost, but the girls get it over. There's a nice hit. Nicholson made some good adjustments and sent it right into the middle of the Hampton defense. This brings the ball back to the green and gold. Maddie Fraser-Cole gets ready to serve. As Hampton figures out their positioning. Here's Fraser-Cole with a long serve. Fielded by Somerville on the second hit, but no one there on the third for Hampton. Here's Fraser-Cole again. Somerville to Garnett in the lib position, and Hare sends it over.
That's in.
Yeah. Tough break as a couple of Lakers in the vicinity. Here's Canes back to serve. Nice service from Canes. Georgia Bernard making the trip up to play it. Somerville on the third hit, sends it over. Bernard again fielding. Gracie Nicholson gets it to Ali Sirois, who sends it to Garnett. Ball up, falls between a couple of Huskies. So their coach gives them that famous advice, communicate.
Yeah, our tech crew had me faked out for a minute there, too. I didn't realize he was setting up the stream for the next game, so.
Yeah, we're seeing things on screens that you are not seeing, but we are good. Thanks for tuning in. We're still here on the air. And the Lakers are still ahead. 9-6 is your score. Big thanks to Joe Gregory keeping that scoreboard active, as well as our tech crew, who, as we mentioned, are working hard behind the scenes tonight. Ashton Little, Austin Jameson, and Logan Wall. Fielded by Canes. Here's Fraser-Cole. Georgia Bernard at the front of the net. Pushes that over, as the Lakers are the first to hit double digits. Check that on the instant replay. Nice play there from Bernard. Here's Henry. Garnett with the direct response. Ali Sirois in the back gets it to Maddie Fraser-Cole to a hit from Bernard. That goes down. 11-6 as we have a timeout called by Hampton.
That Fraser-Cole-Bernard combo, pretty lethal, resulting in a lot of quick points won for the Lakers.
There we go.
And I think we're going to send it down to the courtside boys.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, as my little companion over here calls it. We are the gorgeous Gregories at the booth. So, Charlie, how do you think the game's going so far for this set?
Well, this set, it doesn't really seem like it was as intense as the other sets. It almost seems that Hampton has kind of lost hope and their minds haven't been in the game. You can see they've had a few misplays when people have called for help, but the two in between the ball weren't quite sure who was going to get it, so a little bit of miscommunication on their part. But Harvey has still been playing their game, hasn't let off yet, and I think they're trying to put the nail in the coffin to this game.
Oh, definitely. Big hitting by Georgia Bernard. I believe if we look at our stat sheet, she has 4 kills this game and 1 send back. And so that's been incredible on her part, being a big part of this Lakers offense and defense. All right, Zoe Henry's off to serve, so we'll send you back to our commentating crew.
All right, thank you, Joe and Charlie, for that analysis. Zoe Henry had a nice serve, but that was responded to with vigor from Garnett. A strong hit from pretty far back. Here's Belliad on the serve. Nicholson setting up. Georgia Bernard with a hit. That's saved by Canes. Somerville looking long, and that will fall just out of bounds. Those ones are tough, though. I think if I were in that area, I'd probably try to play it.
That was tough to lay off of that one for sure. The power was good. It was just an inch or two to the right.
Mm-hmm. Played out of bounds by the Huskies. So the Lakers will score there. This ball goes back to Gracie Nicholson. Nice service from Nicholson. Garnett again with the strong response. These are hard to counter. She has a nice low bump that comes at you almost like a low serve.
Mm-hmm.
It's in that space between a playable bump and a playable volley. So that'll score one for the Huskies. They trail by 5, and it's number 5, Somerville. Back to serve. Bernard with the direct response. Somerville coming up from the service position. Gets hands on it, but can't quite direct it to a teammate. And so Ali Sirwa heads back to serve. There's Sirwa. Garnett coming up with the direct response. Here's Zoe Henry. Puts it up for Maddie Fraser-Cole. Looking for Georgia Bernard with the long hit. Saved by Canes. Garnett can't quite get there in time. And so the Lakers will take the point and push this lead to 7. Here's Ali Sirwa. The nice service. Somerville coming up again. Just got a lot of ground to cover kind of on that short side strip.
Yes. Huskies receiving the serve with 3 players up at the net. So the 3 at the back kind of doing all the work on those serves. So that can be tricky.
Yeah. Yeah, we worried about the Lakers' short bench, but I think it's been the Huskies who have put in the miles in terms of running on the court. Here's Holland, wearing number 14 for the Huskies. Back to serve. Maddie Fraser-Cole gets it up to Georgia Bernard. She's been pretty deadly towards the front of the net, but had the angle wrong there. And Huskies get the point. Service catches the top of the net, though. So the ball will go back to the Lakers, and it is Bernard back to serve. Service falls short and heads back to the Huskies. Wiggins has the ball in hand as Garnett checks out and Belliad checks in. Gracie Nicholson fields that nicely to Maddie Fraser-Cole. Looking for Brianna Drost. Big hit played by Holland. Belliad with the second hit, but no one can get there for 3. Big thanks to our officials tonight. Stéphane Nadeau, who is manning the chair, and John Hamilton working the back corner. It's Brianna Drost over to Garnett. Zoe Henry with the direct response. Garnett again. Henry electing to find a teammate this time. Finds Maddie Fraser-Cole to Gracie Nicholson for a nice hit. That's misplayed by Holland in the back. Lakers take the point. Here's Brianna Drost. Oh, not sure what the breakdown there was. But that falls right into the defense. Here's Drost again. This time Holland is there. Balliet with the high hit, and Hale gets it over. Zoe Henry with the response, sending it over. Nice work by the Lakers as Brianna Drost on a little bit of a service run now. Garnett responding. Here's Sirois over to Fraser-Cole. Nicholson with a good hit. Contact in front from the blockers, but they don't get enough on it.
It's very consistent serving here from Drost.
There's Somerville from the back. Forced over by Balliet, but Gracie Nicholson there in the front. Pushes it a little bit past the defenders as they're up 23-11. Here's Drost looking for two to put it away. Nice service. That one just clearing the net and falling nicely between defenders. So here is set point and indeed game point if the Lakers can take 3 of 5. On the hands of Brianna Drost, Holland's going to field that, but Zoe Henry is there. Henry again keeping that alive. Gracie Nicholson to Brianna Drost. Can't quite get there, so we'll wait a little while longer. Some good diving plays by the Lakers, trying to finish this off, but can't quite get there. And the ball runs to Hare. Here she is, needs a 12-point run to tie it. Ali Sirois is going to field that. Maddie Fraser-Cole sends it back in, and Zoe Henry on the hit. That's fielded nicely by Holland, but it goes out of bounds. So after that, Lakers win this third set 25-12. They have secured the victory tonight. Must be feeling pretty good about that with the short bench as we get ready to throw down to Joe and Charlie.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome down to the gorgeous Gregory's. Joseph, how do you feel about this set so far?
Pretty good. I feel like the girls dug deep towards the end. They were a little back and forth at the start of the set, and now they just played wicked ball. So pretty proud of them winning the game, and it looks like the refs are, it's going to be another set. So, yeah. How do you feel the girls played, Charlie?
Well, Joe, I definitely think they came into this game thinking they weren't going to perform well, but after the first set, they kind of thought, we can do this and we can definitely win this game. So they put their heads into the game, they worked together, communicated extremely well, and definitely were trying their best to win this game, even missing over half their roster tonight. So very impressive by the girls.
Yeah, and you got to give compliments to the coach because you can tell they played a big part of the mental game, being like, hey, we're down a bunch of players. Like, we got to dig deep and show that we're a strong little team out here in Harvey. So good coaching by Jennifer Fraser-Cole. So if you don't know, after this game, the senior girls take on, I believe it is the senior Hampton Huskies. So it's going to be a good game. It's a doubleheader, so at 6 o'clock, tune in. And, yeah. And if you didn't tune in to yesterday's stream, I think us, the senior boys, played the Sam de Champlain, I believe it was the Cougars, and ended up winning that game. I found it a little harsh coming from one of the gorgeous Gregorys over here picking on his older brother. So, No picking on anyone out here tonight, HR.
I'll try not to, Joe, but I get pretty judgmental sometimes.
Pretty judgmental for sure, Charlie. All right, we'll send you up to the commentating crew for the fourth set of the game. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Joe and Charlie, for that one. Always keeping us entertained
Yes.
between sets, as well as in the know with some good analysis. So we
Yeah.
get ready to start this fourth set.
Yeah, sometimes when halftime comes on or in between periods or sets, people want to leave. You do not want to miss the gorgeous Gregory brothers.
No, that is not missed television, that's for sure. Nice first service by Nicholson to start off this fourth set. If you're just joining us, the Lakers took the first three by scores of 25-20, 25-10, and 25-12, respectively. So while they are shorthanded tonight, very shorthanded, Lakers still showing great resilience and strong all-around play to take the victory. That ball gets by them, though, as the service from Holland is good. Here's Holland again. Finds Maddie Fraser-Cole, gets up to Ali Sirwa, and bit of miscommunication there. Falls kind of between a trio of Lakers. No one quite sure who was going to grab that. So instead it's the Huskies who take the point. Here's Gracie Nicholson. Gets it to Sirwa, and that comes in low towards the center of the Lakers side. So it's Holland on a bit of a run.
Yeah, Lakers have come out a little bit sloppy here to start this fourth set. A little bit of a natural tendency, you might say, after you know that you've secured the match win. Take the foot off the gas.
I think Coach Fraser-Cole is going to put an end to that one. She calls timeout early, and we get some more of the Gregory boys earlier than expected as well.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the booth. As my brother says, we are the gorgeous Gregorys. So, Charlie, coaches for Harvey calling a early timeout. The girls seem a little bit tired. Like you said, lacking numbers. Just they have won the game, but they still got to dig deep what some things their coaches are saying to them right now.
Yeah, Harvey players probably thought they won the game. They could probably relax, maybe try and take it easy, but it seems like the coach hasn't had enough with Hampton yet, so I think she's really trying to dig deep and give them a message.
Yeah, no, those Hampton players really love coming back and surprising you, so we'll send you back up to the commentating crew.
Thank you, Joe and Charlie. As that service is good from Holland, so coming out of the timeout, it is the Huskies who strike first. They're looking for another one. Maddie Fraser-Cole lets that go out of bounds. Smart play by Fraser-Cole. She's seen more volleyball than I have, but from this angle, I wasn't sure that was going out. But
She seemed very confident that that was going to go out for a ball that was maybe 1 or 2 inches wide.
it paid off this time, as that goes out of bounds, and Ali Sirwa back for her second serve, having scored on the first one. So after a slow start, Lakers are only trailing by 3, and only by 2 now, thanks to that net front play from Georgia Bernard. Could very well be. That must be hard to call when you have both sides up at the front of the net. And things happening fast. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh, nice play by Hare, keeping that alive. Outside, Georgia Bernard again at the net front. Sending that over. And so now we're all tied up. It's Ali Sirwa. It's another serve. Fielded by Bonnie Lamont. And there's a nice play. Couldn't catch if that was McKenna or Hare who sent it over, but either way, it is a point to Hampton as they pull back ahead by 1. Here's McKenna with the service. That gets low in front of Zoe Henry. And so Hampton will score again. Here's McKenna. Finds Ali Sirwa. Maddie Fraser-Cole keeps that in play. There's Garnett, who has traded in the red lib jersey for a makeshift black and white jersey, which allows her to play at the front of the net. McKenna. Solid service. That's fielded by Sirwa. Maddie Fraser-Cole tried a bit of misdirection there, I think. And looks like she's getting some advice from Alice Vautour and Ava Grieve at the minor officiating table. Oh, maybe not advice, maybe some motivation. Yeah, negative reinforcement. Either way, Hampton is starting to pull ahead again as they are up 11-6. McKenna on a bit of a run, gets another one there. Coach Fraser-Cole, only one timeout remaining now, so might not want to use it too early. There's Zoe Henry. Gets to Ali Sirwa, who sends it back. Nice work by Sirwa. That looks like it could have been going out. Holland certainly thought it was, but it did fall in bounds. So we see there on the instant replay. Big thanks to Ava Grieve, who leaves the minor officiating table to get ready for her senior girls game. As the Gregory boys mentioned, there will be a senior girls game coming up. This is the first part of a doubleheader. The junior Huskies and Lakers are playing right now, and it will be the senior Huskies and Lakers taking the court around 6:30. So stay tuned for that. Ethan Davidson manning that scorecard solo now.
I think he can handle it with 2 people now.
He does have 2 hands, one for each side, so we'll keep an eye on that as the game goes on. Keeping up so far, though, as he flips another one to the Huskies side. 14-7. This might be their biggest lead of the evening. That service falls short, though, so it is Dakota Anderson going back to serve for the Lakers. Looking to start to cut into this lead. Played up by Holland. I thought she might have played that off her face a little bit, but she doesn't look any the worse for wear, so. Ball is... There it is again. This time, a clean hit over, but it does fall out of bounds. So Dakota Anderson collects the ball and gets ready for her 3rd service. Ooh, nice play. Sliding up is Bonnie Lamont, putting those knee pads to use. So we have another timeout, and this is the final timeout for this set for Coach Fraser-Cole as we go down to the boys yet again.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the gorgeous Gregory. So, Joe, how do you feel like Lakers have been performing this up?
Well, this set, they've kind of calmed down a bit, which you expect after winning the game. Usually teams, like, they have a lot more fun, they're more whatever, but you can tell at this timeout the coach called for Harvey. They're really wanting to win this game. They don't want to give up any sets really, just want to go out, have fun, but still maintain that competitive aspect to things. So it's fun sport to play, and it's good competition and staying competitive. What about you, Charlie?
Well, you pretty much said it all, Joe. I mean, both teams have been playing very great, and the players are retaking the floor, so I'll send you back up to the box for commentary.
Thank you, Joe and Charlie. Coming out of the timeout again, it is the Huskies striking first as they push this lead to 6. 16-10 your score in favor of the visitors.
Right now, it's the serve reception for the Lakers has not been very good this set. A lot of errors on the first hit.
That's a good first reception by Dakota Anderson. Responding well to the criticism from up here in the booth. I do know they can hear us sometimes.
Yes, they've often complained about us being too loud.
Oh, that doesn't sound like us. Here's Maddie Fraser-Cole looking to bite into this 5-point lead. That service low over the net, but does fall out of bounds. So going back to the Huskies, it's Garnett serving, something she was not able to do wearing the red jersey, but can do now that she's dressed. I guess that's just dressed as a regular player. I don't know if there's a special term for that.
I like the tape job on her number as well there.
Yeah, it works out
Makeshift number 6.
well. Here's Zoe Henry. Ooh, 5 bounces. 24. Still worked out, though. Fielded directly by Garnett. Lakers with the response. That goes out of bounds as we have a substitution on the Huskies side. It is Bonnie Lamont out and Webb in. As official John Hamilton at the short side there, making sure that everything is in order. Here's Webb with a nice service. Dakota Anderson fielding that, but that goes out of bounds. And pushes the Huskies lead to 19-12. If you are just joining us, you can see on the scoreboard the Lakers did claim the first 3 sets tonight. They won by scores of 25-20, 25-10, and 25-12, respectively. So haven't really been in trouble for the first 3 sets, especially the second and the third. It's a bit of a reversal of fortunes for the Lakers now. Here's Webb again. Nice service, and I think you're right. That serve reception is where the Lakers are giving up these points. 21-12 is the score. There's Zoe Henry fielding. Lakers can't get there in time. So we push this to a 10-point lead. Here's Webb again. Maddie Fraser-Cole from the back row gets it over to Gracie Nicholson. And bit of miscommunication there. Both Sirois and Bernard in the vicinity kind of came up almost simultaneously. Avoided the collision, but also missed the hit. So 2 more points, and the Huskies will claim their first set. Make that 1 more. Excuse me, is Webb on a bit of a run. We've got set point on the hand of T. Webb. Dakota Anderson looks to send it over, but it catches the front of the net. And with that, it will be the Huskies claiming their first set of the evening. This one by a score of 12 Lakers, 25 Huskies.
Lakers looked like they wanted that set over as quickly as possible at the end there.
Yeah.
Not much resistance on the last few points.
No, but they get to start fresh, get some water, head to the bench, get another pep talk. And while they're doing so, we will head down to the Gregory boys.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the booth. So, tough set for the Harvey girls. Took their foot off of the gas just a bit, losing that set, I believe, by 12 or 11, something like that. So, you could tell they took their foot off a little bit. You can tell they're a little bit tired, too. Like you've said, pretty much all game they've been missing some players and lack of communication on the floor, too.
Yeah, definitely a deserved rest for these girls that they had a tough battle losing half of their players. So I think it's quite deserved, and I think they deserve to not keep, I guess, putting their foot on the gas pedal and trying to give us, I don't even know, trying to make Hampton have a bad day or anything. I don't know what they're trying to do, but it's been a fun game to watch, Joe.
Yeah. We want to give a quick shout out to our camera crew and tech crew running the main system. Ashton Little up top helping them, doing the camera work up top is Austin Jameson. And the man down here with us, Logan Wall, running the camera down here, and couldn't have this stream happen without those guys. They've been putting a lot of time and effort and taking times out of their days and stuff to help us out and make sure this all stays up and keep giving you guys some good top-notch sports commentary and stuff. So, well, thank you to them. if you're just tuning in, the Harvey girls, as you see, won 3 out of the 4 sets recently played, about to play their 5th. And the senior girls are playing right after, so stay tuned for that. They are taking on the Hampton Huskies. And yeah, anything you want to add, Charlie?
Not really, Joe. Just excited to see the rest of the game and see how the girls are going to play.
Yeah. Don't go anywhere after this set, though. We do have a very important person coming to do a quick little interview. Ethan Davidson, minor official for tonight's game and also senior player for the senior boys volleyball team. All right, we'll send you back up to the commentary crew, David White and Michael Fletcher.
All right, we are back here for the 5th and final set. Mr. White had to step away for a moment, so it's me, Mr. Fletcher, taking over with the play-by-play. Lakers get the first point of the set. Here's Ali Sirwa with the serve. Received by Wiggins. Henry can't get that one. Point to the Huskies, 1-1. In this 5th set for the Lakers, it's Gracie Nicholson getting the set off. Back to serve now for the Huskies, number 13, Alford. There's Sirwa receiving the serve, bumps it right over. Fraser Cole, nice hit from Georgia Bernard at the net. Nice rally developing here. That's draws, kept alive by Fraser Cole off the net nicely. Bump coming from the back row here by Somerville. Fraser Cole, nice left-hand tip by Bernard there, and that's going to win the point for the Lakers. They lead 2-1. Now this 5th set, they could potentially be playing to 15. That'll be up to the referee's discretion. As you heard the boys say, we do have a game coming up after, so they don't want this match to go too long. So they can start on time and the senior girls get a full warm-up. That serve into the net from Bernard. All square at 2. Back to serve number 2, Wiggins. High underhand serve, just wide, near to the bleachers. 3-2 Lakers. Dakota Anderson to serve next for the Lakers. The southpaw. Left-handed serve can be pretty tricky to receive sometimes, but that one's wide as well. All square, 3-3. So teams alternate points here to start. Number 15, Webb, the serve. Lakers can't handle it. 4-3 for the Huskies. Served by Webb. Sirwa can't handle that one either. 5-3. This battle of HHSs. The Lakers have won the match, having already won 3 sets. But the Huskies have been fighting hard here the last 2 sets, hoping to finish it with a 3-2 result as they take a 6-3 lead this set. Nice serving from Webb. There's another one. Up from Drost. Oh! Ball thought long and hard about going over. Didn't in the end, though. Huskies up 7-3 now. Anderson trouble receiving that serve as well. As Mr. White mentioned in the previous set, the serve receive has not been strong from the Lakers. So with that, the Lakers trailing 8-3. They call a timeout. We'll send it down to the courtside crew, the gorgeous Gregories.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome down to the booth. If you haven't noticed, I'm missing my co-host, but Harvey Lakers having a rough start to the set, starting 3-8, so hasn't quite been their set so far, but you can definitely tell they've been slowing down the pace since the start, but it's been a great game. You can tell Georgia and Maddie Fraser-Cole have a very good chemistry there. Georgia setting it up to Maddie, then Maddie giving it right back to Georgia, just utilizing the pure strength and height from Georgia to get those 3 points. So it's been a very good game. Anyway, well, That's all I have for you right now, so I'll send you back up to the box for commentary.
All right, thank you, Charlie. The gorgeous Gregory, I guess. Another point for the Huskies there, made it 9-3. Lakers respond there, though. Nice little tip over play by Maddie Fraser-Cole. And she's back to serve now, trailing 4-9. Bumped right back over by the Huskies. Dross sends it over again. Dross sends it back over. Wiggins can't handle it. 5-9 the score. Another nice low line drive from Fraser-Cole. Wiggins unable to handle it. 6-9 now. As Anderson huts it back to Fraser-Cole for the serve. Ooh, Huskies weren't quite ready for that one. They were still moving around, not looking when serve came over from Fraser-Cole. 7-9. There's another ace from Fraser-Cole. She's served 4 straight now. You see on the replay. Huskies didn't move their feet to get that ball. Another one. Fraser-Cole on a roll. 5 straight. Few of which have been untouched. 9-9. There's another low line drive. Nice up by Somerville. Alford can't get to it, though. Would have had to jump over Somerville's back to get that one. Lakers lead 10-9. Short serve that time. A little more indecision from the Huskies. Fraser-Cole keeps it rolling. She's gotten 7 straight serves now. Started at 9-4, and it's now up to 12-9. And the Huskies are going to take a timeout. Wise decision from the coach there to stop that little run. Let's send it down to the courtside boys. And they're both there. So,
ladies and gentlemen, beat you to the punch, Charlie. We are the booth boys here at the booth. Charlie, tremendous serving by Maddie Fraser-Cole to bring them up by 3. They were down by quite a bit, it looked like, so good job by the Lakers.
Yeah, Maddie definitely has a straight line, just really keeps it really close to the top of the net. And Hampton has a hard time see if it's going under or going over, but it's very consistent. And it's very close to the back line, too. So they've been calling it out a lot, but it stays in, so.
Yeah, Harveys have been having a good, strong team. Good, strong serving team, so that's pretty good. All right, we'll send you back up to David White and Michael Fletcher with your commentary.
all right, thank you, boys. Fraser-Cole's continued her run there. A little misread there over on the sideline from Somerville. Fraser-Cole's up to 10 serves in a row now, 14-9. Oh, that one is just wide. Nice run from Fraser-Cole, though. So Lakers have built up a healthy lead now at 14-10. Back to serve now for the Huskies. That's Canes. That serve is in. That's an ace, 11-14. Canes back again here. Nice serve. Bernard keeps it alive. Sirois tries to bump it up, but that's going to be a carry. 12-14. I'm not sure. It could be set point here, but it'll be up to the refs if we're going to 15 or 25. It's been a game of runs this set. Lakers had 11 points in a row. 10 serves from Maddie Fraser-Cole. And then Canes had 4 straight. And they are going to call the game right there. Lakers take it 15-13. Nice little comeback from the girls. We're down early. Huskies didn't give up, though. Made us run. But Lakers take it 15-13. So that wraps up the match. Lakers win it 4-1. And we're going to send it down to our broadcast boys, I believe, as they're going to have a post-match interview with one of the scorekeepers, Ethan Davidson. Make sure to stay tuned. We've got a senior girls match coming up after this one, as our senior girls will be taking on the Hampton Huskies in what should be a great matchup. Let's send it down to Joe at the side of the court.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. How's it going? So, good game played by the Harvey Lakers. Good, strong outing. And, yeah, I am joined by Mason Nicholson and Ethan Davidson. How's it going, boys? That's pretty good. So I am joined by Ethan Davidson, minor official for today's game, and star athlete on the senior boys volleyball team. Sorry about the people walking by, folks. So Ethan, how's it going?
It's not too bad, Joe. How about you?
Oh, I'm pretty good. How do you think that game went?
You know, the girls picked up the intensity towards the end. You know, that one set there, the fourth set, they kind of slacked off. You know, but the fifth set rolled around. They decided to win that one, win 4-1. Not too bad.
No, not too bad.
Yeah.
So, as a player on the senior boys, what's one things you think the junior girls should probably work on?
Definitely communication. Like you're sitting, like I'm sitting right beside the court, so you can hear everything that's going on. You can hear them calling it. You can hear everything, and they have little to none communication. You know, so they really have to communicating on that.
Yeah, sure. So, the senior girls are about to play. Anything you want to see from them?
Communication. I'm gonna say communication. You know, that's a key thing in this sport. I find, like any sport really, but especially this one. So everyone's got to be on the same page.
Perfect. All right. Thank you, Ethan, for the interview.
Thank you very
Have
much,
a good
man.
day.
You too.
All right. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for coming in and watching the JV girls take on the Hampton Huskies. We'll see you right in a couple. Big, strong cheer from the Hampton girls before heading off. All right. We'll see you just in a bit to watch the senior Harvey Lakers girls take on the Hampton Huskies here by the stream team. See you then.